Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to make this little teacup. And I made the tea like green tea, and this one just, I don't know, to do something different. But this can also be like hot chocolate or coffee. But yeah, because you can make the stuff inside any color you want. But these are really cute, so let's get started on making them. So what you will need for wire, for the teacup part of it, you will need 2 feet or 61 centimeters of 28 gauge wire. I usually use black copper wire, but today I'm going to be using this silver titanium wire, just because it matches my beads better, and because I use black wire for this and it doesn't look super great, so I'm just using silver for this one. You also need 1 foot of wire or 31 centimeters for the T on the inside. You will probably not use all of it and have extra, but I'm just overestimating so that way we don't run out of wire. And I get my wire on firemangems.com, and I say that every time, but just in case you're new, I'm saying it again. You will need scissors to cut your wire. You will need a ruler to measure your wire. And for beads, you will need 55 white beads, or just the color of your teacup. You'll need 55 of those. And for the tea or hot chocolate or coffee, whatever, in the middle, you will need 7 beads. And today I'm just making just a regular like amber looking tea. And then you also need something to hold your beads in. I'm just using these bead containers. So let's start making the actual thing. Okay, so you will need to fold your 2 feet or 61 centimeter piece of wire in half. So meet the edges and strip it down like that. So you find the center, and you're going to put 1 white bead on your wire, or whatever color you're using for the teacup. Bring it all the way down. Now hold it in place with your thumb or with your fingers, and take one of your wires and loop it around and through the bead. And pull tight. Make sure you pull. Before you pull all the way tight, just make sure that your wires are even, or as even as they can be, and pull tight. Now you're going to strip them back again and take one side of your wire and put 3 white beads on it. 1, 2, 3. Bring them down. Now take the side of your wire that does not have any beads on it, loop it around and through those 3 beads. And pull tight, and your bead should kind of curve around your center bead. And now we're going to do the same thing. So 3 beads on one of your wires. 1, 2, 3. Bring them down. Take your empty wire, loop it around, and stick it through those beads. And pull tight, and they should loop around like that. And now you have the little bottom of your teacup. Now we're going to start building up the walls of our teacup, and we're going to add 7 beads on our wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Bring those down, and we're going to put our wire through only around half of those beads. So I'm going to put my wire through 3 of those, and I'm going to pull tight. And as you'll see, if you pull tight, it kind of rests above the layer that we're doing, and we want that because we're building it up. And now, to just make the walls of our teacup not fall apart, we are going to take our wire and loop it around. And if you see right there, we're going to loop it around and through the previous row. Oh, sorry, my camera keeps going out of focus. So around through the previous row. And pull tight, just like that. Pull tight. And now we're going to continue stringing our wire through the rest of the 7 beads that we put on. So that it should be, 4 beads. Wait. Yeah, 4 beads. So string it through the rest of those. There we go. Pull tight. And then you're going to pull on both your wires and just secure that row. And it should be slightly above the row 3 that we did before. Now we are going to do 5 beads. So same process. 5 beads on our wire. Okay, quick note. You should be alternating the rows of the beads on each side. See how the wire goes is like zigzagging? It should be 1 row on this side, 1 row on that side, 1 row on that side, 1 row on that side. So then it's zigzagging instead of just like 2 rows on this side and 2 rows on that side. So it's nice and even. So yeah, back to the video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring down. Take our wire, loop it around and through those beads. We're gonna put our wire through just 2 of those. So around half. And pull tight. You see? And now we're going to do the same thing. So take your wire, loop it around, and hook it through the previous row, like that, and pull tight. And now, put the wire back through, and you don't want to do it back through this way because you would be looping it back around on itself. So the side that does not have the wire sticking out of it, that's the way you're going to go. So like that, and pull tight. There we go, and hold it, and pull tight. Now you can kind of see the walls of the teacup starting to build up. Now we're going to do a row of 8. One, 2, 3, oops, I dropped one. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring it down and do the same process, but only string your wire through 4 of them, of the beads, and pull tight. And you guessed it, we're going to do the same thing. So if I go closer to the camera here, we'll go around and through the previous row. We're going to hook it, pull tight, and then take your wire, loop it back around, and string it through the final 4 beads. And pull tight. And pull both wires just to secure it. And here we go. Our teacup just got a little bit taller. So now we're going to do the same thing. But this time we are going to do 6 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Bring it down. And now loop the wire that does not have any beads on it. Loop it around and through 3 beads. Pull tight. Do the same thing. Loop it around through the previous row and pull tight. Go the other way and string the wire through the rest of your beads, which should be 3. Oh, sorry, it's out of focus. And pull tight. And pull tight. And your wires should be getting uneven very gradually. And don't worry, that's just because you're using one of the wires to loop back a row, so it's nothing's wrong or anything. It's supposed to do that. Okay, now we're going to do a row of 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm going to bring it down, take our empty wire, and let's string it through half of them. So let's just do 4. It's about half. Pull tight and do the same process. Pull tight. String your wire through the rest of your beads. Should be 5, and pull tight. And pull both wires. Now, this is our last row on the cup part, and then we'll add the handle. We're going to add 7 beads to our wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Bring it down and string your wire through 3 of those beads. Hold tight. And do the same process. Pull tight. And continue on that row. There we go. And pull the strings tight. And my teacup is looking a little lopsided, so I'm just going to take a second and mush it into a shape that I like. Since I'm using wire, I can bend it however much I want. I'm kind of just using my pinky just to shape it around. And that looks pretty good. So now we're going to add the handle. So on whatever side you like, I'm going to use this side. It's not clearing. There we go. You're going to loop your wire around and through the same bead that it came out with, just in the opposite direction. So it makes a little loop like that. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side too. And this is just our way of securing it. Just like that. And one of these wires you can snip, but we're not going to do that right now. So now on one of the sides, the side that you want to add the handle, we're going to add our last 6 white beads. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, and 6. Bring those down. And now we're going to go 3 beads down. So 1, 2, 3. That bead right there. I'll point to it with the wire. The bead right there. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3. This bead right there. We are going to string our wire through it. And see how this is coming out to the left? We are going to now string this wire into the right side and not the left. So they'll come out the same way. So string it through that single bead. Just like that. And we're going to pull tight. And there's the handle, and you can straighten it. And there you have your little teacup. And now we just have to secure it. Now the same thing we did up here to secure these, we're going to do down here. So we're going to loop it around through that same bead the opposite way. So it's coming out here, and we're going to loop it around just like that. Pull tight, and we're going to do that one more time just so it's nice and secure. Pull tight, just like that. And now we're going to snip off our extra wire. So we're going to snip and snip. And there you have your little teacup. And at this point, you can stop if you want, if you just want the little cup and not the tea or hot chocolate inside of it. But I'm going to go ahead and add the hot chocolate or tea. I'm adding tea at this time. So take your second piece of wire, which should be 1 foot or 31 centimeters. And we're going to fold it in half. So meet the ends, string it back just like that. And I'm going to take my 7 beads for the inside of it. I'm using light brown. And now I'm going to take 1 bead, put it on my wire, bring it down. This is going to be very similar to the bottom of our cup. And we're going to loop it around, hold it with our thumb, and then do the same process that we did. Make sure the wires are even, which they are, and pull all the way tight. Strip back your wires. And now we're going to add 3 beads onto our wire. 1, 2, 3, bring them down, and take your wire, empty wire, loop it around through this 3 beads, and pull it tight. They should kind of curve around your bead, like that. Now we're going to take the rest of our beads, which should be 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring those down and do the same process. And pull tight. You should loop around. And if you see, now we have a tiny little circle. And now don't secure it off yet. We're going to add it into our cup. So take one side of the wire and loop it through one of the beads on the rim of your teacup. I'm doing the one right by the handle. Pull tight. There you go. And it should rest in there like there's tea inside. And then the bead opposite from the one you strung the wire through, we're going to do the same thing, except for the opposite side. So take the other piece of wire and string it through. And pull tight. Just like that. And we might have to pull both sides at the same time just to get it nice and snug. Oh, and if it does that, just fix it with your fingers, or you can use your scissors to poke in there and even it out. There we go. Now we're going to secure it off in the same way. So the bead that the wire is coming out from, we're going to loop it around and through that bead and pull tight. And then the same with our other one. Loop it around through the same bead and pull tight. And you can do this twice if you want, but if your wire doesn't fit through, that's okay. You could just do it once. All right, and now once you've secured those, you can, oh sorry, the camera's blurry. Now once you've secured those, you can trim the excess. So snip and snip. And once you've adjusted your teacup the way you like, you are done. Let's get a close up here. There's a little handle, there's tea on the inside, and there is your little cup of tea or hot chocolate or coffee. I hope you all enjoyed this video and thought it was easy to follow. Special thanks to Rowan969 for requesting this. And yeah, if you want to request any future videos, please leave your idea below in the comments and I'll see if I can make it. So I will see you all in my next video.